Hi guys, welcome back. This is Mike Hermes at Image Tutorials, and today we are going to model the shield of Captain America. All right, pretty cool. Let's get started with that. I'm going to start off by loading up a reference image so we have something to follow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my panel view, go to my front view, click on View, Image Plane, Import Image. And I found a file that is right here. There we go. I'm going to go back to our perspective view, hit R, scale that up nice and big, and hit W and move that back a little. All right. Now we're going to start off with the star in the middle. Okay, so for that we're going to take a polygon cube. We're going to drag that out, and we're going to give it some height, but absolutely minimal. Okay, I'll hit 5 for shaded mode so you can see it a bit better. There we go. And we are going to hit E, and we're going to rotate that and make sure that it's exactly 90 degrees. There we go. We're going to switch to our front view. And where is our, there it is, hit 5 for shade mode. And we're going to click on this little button here to go to X-ray mode. All right, cool. So next, we're going to hit R. We're going to scale that down quite a bit. And we're going to hit E, and we're going to rotate it just a little. Something like that. Hit W, move it up. And now we're going to start and play with the vertices. Okay. All right. Okay, so right click, go to vertex, drag select that vertex. Okay, so we're going to take that vertex and we're going to move that up. There we go. And I'll just turn off my soft select. All right. We're going to go to that vertex there. We're going to move that one down to the top there. Drag select that one. Move that down there. And that one, move down there. Okay. Now let's clean that up a bit. Make sure that it's correctly positioned. There we go. And that one looks all right. And that one looks okay. Cool. We're going to right click, object mode. We're going to select that. We're going to hit the insert key and we're going to drag that down and position that vertex on that point right there. I'll hit F to zoom in. That needs to come down a little to exactly that point. There we go. Okay. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to hit E to rotate. And we're going to move that right there. And then we're going to hit Shift D, and Shift D. And let's tweak that a little bit. Pull that one back. And pull that one back a little bit, which should give us this star right here. Okay. And as you can see, we need to clean it up a little bit more. We've got some gaps here and there. So we're going to select that. I'm going to go back to this view here. To this view here. I'm going to hit 5. Undo this. All right. So let's clean that up. Okay, select it. Right click vertex. Drag select that one. Hit W and move that in and down. Take that one. Move that down and out. Back just a little. And it looks like that's it. Let's see. Object mode. Not 100% yet. And we want it clean, so we're going to go back to vertex. We're going to select that. We're going to hit F to zoom in. That looks better. Still need to tweak that one a little bit. And that should be good. Okay, so we got that. Next, we're going to take a polygon cylinder, drag that out in the grid, pull that up just a little bit. Going to go to our polycylinder tab, increase that to 60, and we're going to give it quite a few caps, let's say 15. We're going to hit E, we're going to rotate that by 90 degrees, like that. And we're going to move that into position. So we're going to hit W, we're going to move that in. We're going to hit R, we're going to scale that out. Go back to our X-ray mode so we can see it a bit better. Hit W and make sure that it's positioned okay. All right, so we got that one. Then we are going to hit Control D. Sorry about that, guys. My dog was going nuts. Okay, so we're going to position that just behind that. And we'll just check it from this view here to make sure that it's clean. There we go. All right. Then we're going to hit Control D. We're going to push it back just a little. So slightly behind that one. There we go. And we're going to scale that one out. And we're not completely in sync, but we need to keep it central with our model, not the reference, okay? So we're going to hit Control D again. We're going to hit W, we're going to move that back, and again, just a little. Make sure that it's lined up there. Cool. We're going to hit Control D again. Hit R, scale that out. And again, you know, we're following our model, not the reference anymore. So that looks about right. Okay. Hit Control D. W, move it back. Make sure it's aligned there. And as you can see, the thickness is increasing as we move back, which is fine. And then we need to model that one into size. So hit R again until we're about there. All right, cool. We can take that guy here and just move that out of the way, something like so. So we got our blue, red, white, red. Okay, cool. Now we're going to drag select our entire object, go to mesh and combine, like so. And I'm just going to hit E and rotate it so I got a bit better view here. Let's say minus 90 degrees. And I'm going to go to my middle section here, right click vertex, drag select that, B for soft select. And I'm going to hold down my B key and drag select on my left mouse to increase that area quite a bit. And then we're going to hit W and we're going to start to pull that up. So we get something that looks like that. Maybe just a bit more. Okay, cool. All right, so we got that. Now we're going to apply some material to this. So right click, object mode. We're going to take these faces here. So I'll just turn off my soft select. These. Right click, assign new material. MIA underscore X. MIA tab, presets. Setting metal and replace, and we'll let me think. Yeah, we're going to go to object mode. We're going to go to mesh and separate. And I'm going to take the outer ring and that ring. Right click, assign new material. We're going to go with the same material and replace. However, I'm going to change the color to red, like that. And then we're going to take this ring, right click, assign new material, the same process, setting metal replace, and I'll leave that white. Okay. And I'm going to take that object, right click, assign new material, same material, same preset, and we're going to go with blue. There we go. We're going to take our reference, we're going to delete that. We're going to drag select our shield, go to mesh and combine, hit E, rotate it, and W to pull it up. Let's set it on our grid. So pull it down so it's just touching our grid line. Let's set up our render scene. Ground plane, drag that out. Right click, assign new material. I'm going to go with the Fong E material. And let's turn that into white. Maybe pull it in a little. We'll set up some lighting. Create lights. Point light. Pull that up and out and out. Control D to duplicate that. Select these two lights. Go to Light Shape tab. Go to Shadows. And in Ray Trace Shadows, select Use Ray Trace Shadows. Increase raise to 4 and dip to 9, like so. Yeah, looks good. We're going to create a light, ambient light. We're going to push that back and up. Decrease intensity to 0.1. So I got my ray trace shadow set up there. Looks good. I'm going to go to my render settings. Okay, we're going to go to mental ray. I'm going to go to indirect lighting, global illumination, select image-based lighting, which will allow me to select a file in my HDRI files. There we go. And we're going to go with, let's see, studio lighting. No, actually, yeah, I'm going to take this one here. Okay, cool. Back to our render settings. Quality tab 1.5. Ray tracing. Increase these values to 8 by 8 by 12 and 6 by 3 by 3. That's selected. Quality is good. In my common tab, I'm going to increase the file size to HD 1080, and we should now be able to do a test render and maybe even a final render. Okay, so that's our shield, something like that. Just slightly increase the size of my ground plane. Let's give it a go, and I'll pause the video during the render. Hi guys, I'm back. I stopped the render because I wasn't happy with the material, so it didn't give the reflection that I was looking for. Okay, so I'm going to select my object, go to mesh, separate. I'm going to take these two rings here, right click, assign new material, MIA_X, material tab, presets, chrome and replace. And I'm going to select my color and I'm going to go to red. Okay, I'm going to select that part and my 5 stars here. Right click, assign new material, same material, same preset, chrome, replace. I'm going to leave that white. And I'm going to take this guy, right click, assign new material, same deal, presets, chrome, replace, and change the color to blue. All right, let's give this a try. Sorry guys, still not happy. I want to change my HDRI file, okay? So I'm going to go to my render settings, indirect lighting, image-based lighting, delete, and create again. I got too much reflection going on that I don't really like, okay? So we're going to go with studio lighting. So I'm going to select a different file. Sorry for the wait. There we go. Something like so. Maybe slightly angled like that. And we're going to do another render. Okay, hang on, here we go. And there we go, guys. This is the final render. The reason that I changed my HDRI file is I wanted to have some sort of reflection going on my shield, so you could see the shiny surface and you can see some reflection going on here. But obviously you can choose any HDRI file that you want, okay? You can clearly see that it's curved, you can see that it's layered, and you got this metal shine going on. That's what I was going for, all right? So hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you guys. As always, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate you guys subscribing. And if you got any tutorial requests, let me know. And see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.